Hello students, how are you? Hope you are all fine. Okay, see, have you downloaded the dictionary? That is dictionary.com. Yes, please download it. Try to start developing your vocabulary. Yes, so let us begin our class with today's word. That is word of a day. Today's word of a day is prolific. Prolific. This is an adjective. Prolific. Prolific. Prolific is an adjective. The meaning is abundant, bounty, abundant, bounty. For example, the usage is he is a prolific artist. He is a prolific writer. He is a prolific writer. It means that he has produced many works. He has produced many works. She is a prolific actress. She is a prolific actress. It means that she has acted in many movies. Prolific tree, that means which gives more fruit. So prolific means abundant, bounty, B-O-U-N-T-Y, B-O-U-N-T-Y. So prolific is an adjective. Prolific is an adjective. See, as I already told you in my previous classes, the first step towards learning or writing communicative grammar is that you must know to differentiate noun and verb. That is the primary step towards the proper learning of communicative grammar. You must see, for example, okay, you take down this, that is today's word is prolific. Prolific. See, that another one example I would like to give you. Please bring your certificate and the sentence B is every year our government I want you to concentrate on these two words. C-O-N-D-U-C-T. C-O-N-D-U-C-T. Now read this sentence. Please bring your conduct certificate. Conduct certificate. Every year our government conduct TNPSC examinations. Conduct. The stress is on C, first syllable. Here the stress is on second syllable. Okay, whatever it is. Now, can you differentiate which one is noun and which one is verb? Both words have same spelling. C-O-N-D-U-C-T, C-O-N-D-U-C-T. Please bring your contact certificate. That is a particular document you have to bring it. So, this is noun. And every year our government conducts TNPSC examination. This is verb. Slightly, that is the pronunciation is differs. Here the stress is on first syllable. Here the stress is on second syllable. And for your information, you just keep it in mind. Majority of noun that they take their stress on their first syllable. And majority of verbs that take stress on, always the stress will be on second syllable. But see, both same. C-O-N-D-U-C-T, C-O-N-D-U-C-T. Conduct, conducts. Conduct, conducts. This is noun and this is verb. So likewise, another one sentence. Bring your resume after a strike, the workers resume, and here also resume. Bring your resume. Bring your resume. So here it is noun. Here the same resume, here it will act as a verb. Bring your resume means that is curriculum vitae, that is biodata. Biodata, right? That is a document which has particular about a candidate, which has all about the candidate, about his qualification, about his experience. That is a document which is supposed to be prepared to apply for a job. So you have to pronounce resume, and here you have to pronounce resume. Why you have to pronounce resume? Because here it acts as a noun. Here it acts as a verb. So this is one example I would like to give you. Then you have to practice. You have to search. So that is why I always emphasizing one point is that whenever you search a word in dictionary, you learn with its part of his speech. You learn word with its part of his speech, whether it is a noun or whether it is a verb or adverb or adjective, so that it would be helpful to you, right? Okay. The first thing is that you must know the difference between noun and verb. Likewise, that is in our previous class also I give example. Advice. Advice. Both have got same pronunciation. Advice and advice. Here yes, here see. This is verb. This is noun. I like your advice. I like your advice. My mother advised me. My mother advised me. This should be used as we. If yes comes, this is verb. If C comes, this is noun. Okay. So in our previous class, we discussed 3 types of pronouns. Right? See, for example, just listen here. Ram is absent because Ram is ill. Ram is absent because Ram is ill. So I can write this sentence like this: Ram is absent because he is ill. This is the pronoun. This is the pronoun. Pronoun is a word which replaces noun. Which replaces noun. Which we can use instead of noun. So a word which can be used instead of noun is called as pronoun. And Ram is the antecedent of he. The Ram is the antecedent of Ram. Ram is the antecedent. Antecedent means a word which comes before. Here Ram comes before he, so he is the that is antecedent of Ram. He is the antecedent. This is called as antecedent. Look at the spelling: antecedent. See, for example, Sheila is not feeling well. Sheila is not feeling well, so she takes rest. Sheila is the antecedent of a pronoun she. Antecedent means earlier word. Earlier word. A word which comes before. Earlier word is called as antecedent. Yes. So first person singular is I, first person plural is we, second person singular is you, and second person plural is also you. Third person singular he, she, it singular, they is a plural. So all these pronouns are called as personal pronoun. Personal pronoun that we discussed in our previous session. And then reflexive pronoun. For example, myself, ourself, himself, yourself, or yourselves, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves, itself. All the words which end in self or selves are called as reflexive pronouns. Right? That is the second type we discussed. And third type is emphatic pronouns. Emphatic means a pronoun that is which has got emphasis, stress. Okay, for example, I have studied myself. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. She has done everything herself. These are all the reflexive pronouns. But in an emphatic pronoun, immediately after subject that pronoun comes. I myself go there. I myself go there. She herself cook. They themselves go. We ourselves planned. So immediately after subject, that pronoun comes. If it comes, so it is called as emphatic pronoun. It is called as emphatic pronoun. And the next one is, fourth one is possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns, what are they? Mine, ours, mine, ours, your, yours, his, hers, their, theirs. They are called as possessive pronouns. For example, the book is mine. The book is mine. The lodge is ours. The property is yours. So likewise, all these rights you write your own sentences, you can understand easily. These are all called as possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns. And the next one is demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns. What are they? This, these, those. This, these, those, that. These are all called as demonstrative pronouns. This is my pen. These books are costly. Those books belongs to him. So these pronouns are called as demonstrative pronouns. These pronouns are called as demonstrative pronouns. Take note of this. And the next type is, sixth one is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. For example, one, some, few, anyone, no one, everything, everybody, each. Likewise, you can see the type itself has got answer with it. Indefinite pronouns means, for example, how can you use this word? That is pronoun one. One does not know how to do it. One does not know, one doesn't know how to do it. Some boys have attended the function. Anyone can join the group. Few people have turned up. So likewise, you can write your own sentences. One doesn't know how to do it. Some boys have attended the function. Anyone can join the group. Few people have turned up. So these pronoun which is not defining anything, it is called as indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. And take down this. And the seventh one is reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns. They are each other, one another. For example, they love each other. They love each other. They help one another. These pronouns are called as each other, one another. These pronouns are called as reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal, look at the spelling, reciprocal. Reciprocal pronouns. Then the next type is distributive pronoun. Distributive pronouns. They are each, either, neither. These pronouns are called as distributive pronouns. Only one thing is that just you have to remember the types. See, all these words you are using it in your day-to-day life. But simply you have to remember these words, these pronouns belongs to which type. Just remembering the type is a thing. You need not to worry about it. See, for example, each one of them has a stick with them. Each one of them has a stick with them. Either of the student got permission. Neither of the applicant has been called for an interview. Just you can write your own sentences by using each. Each boy has got a pen with him. Each boy attended a function. Whatever it is, you write your own sentences, but try to remember these pronouns are called as distributive pronouns. And the next one is interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns, that is, which begins with WH. What, which, whom, whose, who, whatever it is. And you may write different sentences for this. What is your program? What is your schedule? which color you like it. Whom did you meet? Whom did you meet yesterday? Whose bag it is? Who is that boy? Likewise, you can write your own sentences. So, a word that is the interrogative question which begin with WH. They are called as interrogative pronouns. And the last type is it's very, very important and it is very interesting also. That is relative pronoun. Relative pronoun which connects two sentences. Which connect two sentences by using who, which, that, whom, whose. Who, which, that, whom, whose. See, for example, call a man who is standing outside. Call a man standing outside. Two sentences. Here the relative pronoun connect to two sentences. Call a man who is standing outside. Call a man who is standing outside. Bring the bag which I purchased yesterday. So usually who can be used with human beings, which can be used with animals, things, that can be used with human beings, animals, things. So the main purpose of relative pronoun is that relative pronoun connect two sentences. Relative pronoun connect two sentences. This is the car. This is the car that I purchased in Mumbai. This is the car that I purchased in Mumbai. See, just only one thing is that you have to remember the names of the types, right? Since all these words you are using in your day-to-day life, the only thing is that you have to remember the types. For example, personal pronoun. I, we, he, she, it, they, you, we. Reflexive, myself, yourself. Likewise, demonstrative, these, that, those. Distributive, each, either, neither. Possessive, ours, mine, yours, his, hers. Interrogative, that is questions. Relative pronouns, which connects two sentences. Practice, write more sentences. The more you write, the more you learn, the more you remember. We shall meet in next class. Thank you so much.